First Eps podcast is back. We watched The Essex Serpent, a brand new Apple TV Plus. Is it a period drama? Is it a movie about dinosaurs? Is it both?
Yeah.
Find out right now. My name is Eric.
I'm Keith.
And this is First Eps. What's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of First Eps, doing the Zoomer again. You know, I miss your gentle touch.
You do, don't you?
Embrace.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Actually, Noelle was saying that too. My partner was like, "We haven't seen because there's been an exposure in your household, a breach in the." We'll come out. We got COVID over here. It finally happened. It was like, so last week I was sick. Negative COVID tests. Then right after that, they showed up positive. I don't understand how this thing works, but I don't either. But we stayed away last week too, just because you were sick. Just
good.
Any kind of sickness, but then it turned out to be COVID. So we've been going through withdrawal over on this.
I'm sure.
Here too.
I'm sure us too. Yep, definitely.
I'm sure.
But so we're still here putting out the quality content, regardless.
My gosh. Yeah. You are, the people want it. They need it from you. So you're going to give it to them, whether or not, you're 100% or not.
Exactly.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It worked out that it was like in the week in between both times we recorded. It was awful. Don't get me wrong. It was not an enjoyable moment. Everybody's like, this new variant is fine. It's not, dude. It sucked, man. I had fevers for 2 days, like terrible back pain, congestion. Just I lost my taste and my.
That's back now.
It did. It came back Saturday. So it was not enjoyable though. So.
No, it sounds like what the flu is like, which is not enjoyable either. Mm-hmm. So it's not, it's not, doesn't seem like it's going to kill you, but you're certainly not just coasting on through. No symptoms.
Yeah. It's like the flu, but like you can't taste or smell anything.
That's so it's
weird. Just like the worst version.
That's even worse. Yeah.
Yeah. But throughout it all, I did find time to watch a brand new series called The Essex Serpent.
And we're going to talk about it today.
We're going to talk all about the first episode. We watched the first episode. I gave you a bunch of new shows came out this week. I gave you a choice. I said, have at it, babes. Pick what you want. Knowing full well you were going to pick this out of that bunch.
Well, it was between this, honestly, and the reboot of Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah.
But then I watched it, and it was wildly unfunny to me that
really
I did not laugh once during the
trailer.
So I'm like I don't think I want to watch this.
That's I didn't even watch the trailer.
You didn't? Did you like it back in the day?
Some of it when it aired, it was maybe I was a little young to get that type of humor. And it's so Canadian, just so Canadian.
It's Canadian, definitely
very Canadian.
Some of it I really liked. Like there was like the chicken lady or something. Ridiculous, kind of scary.
Ridiculous.
But I didn't see anything that really captured my making me laugh like that. So I was like, oh, okay.
You wanted the return of the chicken lady.
Exactly. And she wasn't there.
Yeah. But instead of that, we watched The Essex Serpent.
And we had a lot of laughs in this one.
Lots of laughs. So many chicken ladies. So this is a new Apple TV Plus series, and it's like I knew absolutely nothing going in. I didn't even watch the trailer for this. I just
did not.
Nope. Okay. I was like, let's just do it. I knew it was a period drama.
So I had seen this in the bookstores. Like I've seen it. And
really?
Yeah, and I often thought about buying it, but I just never really did. And I think it's because it was how it was presented. But watching the episode, I'm like, why did I not buy this book? Because it seems like right up my alley. The time period. It's like,
dude, this whole first episode, I was like, I wish you were watching it with us because it was like everything. There's like, oh no, there's a priest, and now there's like some sort of like, I don't know, it was
a free-thinking woman. Now there's there's a possible, prehistoric snake, which she's investigating. Or she turns to an investigator. So I guess we'll talk about that.
That's true. But let's talk about it right now. So there's gonna be minor spoilers for the first episode. Look at that giant drink you got there.
Yeah. Polar Springs orange.
I thought it was, for a second, I thought it was like a 40 of like Old English or something.
It's been a terrible week, but not that bad for me. Not yet.
All right, so spoilers for the first episode. It starts out, we look at this top-down shot of like all these like rivers, and then there was a woman in the water with a cross, screaming like a crazy lady.
You know, I loved it instantly. Yes. When I saw her walking in the water, you know, it's our secret. Don't tell anyone what happened between us. And then she walks out, cross in hand, into the murky swamp, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm into this.
Yeah, and then she's just screaming as like some giant creature is, gliding under the water. Yeah,
we saw waves exactly, and then we hear screams. Now, one thing I did notice too is there's a lot of redheads in this show. Did you feel like back at home with your peeps? You felt one?
I gotta move to Essex because this is this is my homeland.
Yeah. Although it's not your homeland, but it should be.
It should be.
Yeah,
I could be like
because you're German, right? I'm mentioned by your last name.
You're
mostly German.
Yeah. We don't need to spill the beans out here. Look at me, dude. Like on St. Patty's Day, I'm Irish.
But these were British, I think, right? Or Welsh or something. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying I blend in with all the the white stereotypes. So
exactly. So this time you were right there with him with Tom Hiddleston and his flock.
Exactly. But the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, do places like this like really exist? Where it just looked awful. It was like miles and miles of just like murky, weird swamp rivers.
Like, I think that's like what like Louisiana was like back then too, before you could really build anything up on it, like it's just
swampy and gross. It looks awful to live there.
Yeah, that's like the equivalent.
But it was offset by the beautiful animated intro. Like that was, it was a gorgeous intro, snakes and flowers.
There's been some good intros lately. Yeah. And you got us into also which came out last year. What is the island one, the Hawaii one you mentioned to us?
Oh, the White Lotus.
White Lotus. And it has a similar intro too, with kind of like what looks like a wallpaper that kind of starts to move and animate. Yeah. I'm loving these 2022 intros.
Girl, work it. We have to remember that for the Epsi Awards, the intro category.
That's
all right. So after that, we go right. We see Claire Danes, the star of the show. Now, I did know that it was initially Keira Knightley, and then Claire Danes stepped in to take over the role for some reason. I don't know the reason.
Well, she was great. Claire Danes was great at it. So you would never know she was a replacement. She seemed like a natural for it.
I realized as I'm watching this that I don't like Claire Danes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like her face.
Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna say anything. I've got those face things too. Now Claire Danes totally fine with her face. I don't have that.
I don't know. But she's a great actor. She's amazing in everything. I remember watching her in Homeland. She was awesome in that.
Now I would have thought she was British.
Shop Girl.
Yes, Shop Girl. Yep. Yeah. And of course, what's the original one? I
never liked her in My So-Called Life.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. And even then, I don't know. But yeah.
All right.
I mean, great.
I'm not gonna. I get it.
Yeah. We meet her. She's at the bed of a sickly man.
Oh, I know. And this is again, I'm like, this is a great show. Yeah. Because he's dying. They call the doctor.
Exactly. They got the science, the religion so far. Everything's there. And the young doctor who wants to perform surgery.
Yeah.
But does not.
I will come in. I will go out the way I came in. I'm like, oh, this guy's a real bastard. Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah. He's like, I could totally just fix this right now for you. No problem. He's like, no scars on this body. And then he dies. It's like, really, dude?
So weird. Yeah.
Loser.
I was like, I'm like, okay. But Claire did not seem that upset. She was a little upset about it, but not really.
Yeah. And throughout the episode, we see kind of like flashes of her and this guy who seemed like much older than her also.
Yeah. I thought it was her father.
Yeah. That's what Liz said too. And I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. But So next up, she's starting to get a little friendly with the doctor. She shows that she has interest in surgery and stuff like that. So he invites her to come to the operating school to do a procedure.
Which I believe, I think that is a famous operating theater that's still there. I believe that is that they shot it. I was trying to remember what it was. I couldn't look that up in time, but yeah, it was cool. That whole scene was amazing.
Again, another scene where I'm like, oh, Keith, I was telling you all the things that you would like. But yeah, it was super funny. So she gets in there and it's like really rowdy, dude. Everybody's like yelling and hurrah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a sideshow spectacle.
It was, but it was like all educated people that were like enjoying it. It was super gross though. Like,
there was I had to look away. Popping out. You didn't look at an open wound. Yeah.
No.
We were eating dinner when we were watching that part, and Noah was like, "I cannot." Actually, we were eating pulled pork.
Oh no!
He's like, "I can't eat this right now. I gotta wait."
Yeah. It was nasty. And then we go back to, at some point we were seeing Claire Danes, and all of a sudden she's like reading about dinosaurs, plesiosaurs, and this whole thing with Essex and this serpent that we saw in the beginning. And she's taking an interest to this for some reason that we haven't really seen. Yes. So they keep showing us the girls from the beginning. Well, not both girls. The one girl who was with her, and I'm like the whole time I couldn't understand. Is this the same time? How are these stories? Is this flashbacks that Claire Danes having? Because it was like it didn't really
totally separate worlds. One was
totally
post London, Victorian, remind me of like Penny Dreadful, on the edge of innovation, and then very like middle-aged looking town.
Yeah,
which is where the girls lived.
So we keep seeing snippets of their lives. And then all of a sudden, like Claire Danes, like she becomes like some sort of crazy conspiracy nut where she's like, I gotta drop everything and go look up this dinosaur monster that lives in these rivers.
Well, it's funny because I was totally on board with her. I'm like, oh, this is great. We got to do this. Let's go and see this. And then when the doctor came in and was like, I think that you're grieving. Remember, you're grieving inappropriately. And I'm like, oh, she is. I didn't even realize it because I was so on board with it too. Right? I'm like, I want to find this snake.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it's not the best idea to run away from your problems. But doctor's advice, be damned. She's on the train to Essex.
Exactly. She goes there. This is where we run into our other main character, Tom Hiddleston. He's in a bog with a sheep.
That was a weird scene. They're trying to save it.
Scene. Yeah.
And then they save the sheep who is like sinking in like a peat bog or something, and he's kind of a dick to her, right? And it's kind of like, go, just get out of here or something. What?
Well, because she was like, I want to see the serpent, and he's like, get out of here, you dummy.
And then she moses on her way, and then lo and behold, she's in that same precinct, and then she falls in him again.
Exactly. Yeah. It turns out he's like the priest in the area, and he's like, she goes and has dinner with him. They invite her in, and everything's nice.
There was some connection, right? I think they said like he could take care of her because it's kind of a backwater town, wants to make sure that an educated lady on her own is not going to be, causing a scene out there. So she should work with the vicar to make sure that she's, taken care of a little bit. And so that's when she goes to meet them, and then it's him, and they're like, oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So they set her, she's there with her son, who's kind of a weirdo. I don't know his.
Yeah, deal. I don't like him either.
Yeah.
He's always wearing like that, like a shawl on his head, even though it's
and he's a dickhead too. He's like,
right?
This I don't like stupid. Church. I don't like it. Yeah.
I'm like, we don't. A lot of us don't really like it, but when you're talking to the priest, you probably don't say that to him. Like,
exactly. Be a little like not as rude, dude. I get like your dad died and your mom's a crazy conspiracy nut, but just not be as rude.
Exactly. And then their governess or somewhere, right? Too, or a friend is with them too.
There's
another woman.
She's great. Yeah. Whoever this lady is. Yeah. She's like a tough as nails broad who's just gonna like do what she wants, take care of this kid. Because every time the kid's like, I want to leave, and she's like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of
here. Oh no. I'm gonna stay. You take him and go. I'm gonna keep looking here.
Yeah. So so now these two worlds have merged. Claire Danes is in Essex with this priest. Everybody's freaked out by this missing girl. They're out there burning like smoke.
Yeah, they're like smudging. I don't know, like trying to like. I don't know if they're doing that to get rid of evil spirits, or if that's something they do. That was an odd little scene.
Yeah. If it was like some sort of animal repellent, or if it was like spiritual thing, because it definitely could go both ways. Because we also see soon after that, there's a church and there's a serpent that's like the mascot of the church.
Yeah,
it's like on the pew.
Yeah, it's like, and I was thinking about that. I'm like, this is a little odd that that's into like, whittled into one of the pews. But there's no other like images. It's not like an apple on one pew or an angel on a pew. It's just one pew with a serpent. It seems a little weird.
Yeah,
but
and then the townspeople like take it very seriously. Like the one dude was like, "No, you can't even sit there because there's a serpent on there."
It's like, really? So I'm going to jam in with all the other people? Like, it's literally the only seat open.
There's a whole bench right here.
Like,
just because it's got a snake on it.
We're going to be fine. Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston, he doesn't believe in the serpent. And he's like, he's the priest. He's like, pish posh to your
rational thinker,
serpent.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're at church. This girl Gracie, she's the one that's missing. They're like, so
she's the one we saw in the beginning, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Gracie's missing. Everybody's talking. Gracie's missing, and then they're singing in church.
Yeah.
Claire Danes is having these flashbacks to like getting branded with like some sort of
what happened there. Did you figure out what made her flashback? Was there a connection with the music?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like this is like everything was just kind of happening right here. I don't know if it was just more of a stylish choice by the director to just be like, okay, we're gonna have this swelling music. Claire Danes breaking down. This woman out in the bog like screams about it's Gracie. Like we found Gracie. So it's all like just like the way it's being filmed is kind of building to this like kind of make you like panic a little bit. But Claire Danes in this flashback, she's getting like branded by her husband, the guy that died, with like some metal snake thing on her neck, dude. It was
I was trying to figure out what that was too, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, so is that a snake? Because earlier on we did see a little bit of a shadow on her neck, and then I saw the brand. I'm like, oh, okay, and I was trying to figure out if that was a snake too. So it's possible, since he was some kind of zealot too. It sounded like about I'm going to go out the way I came in.
So, I don't know what that was. One of the many questions that was asked in this show. But so the church. Everybody from the church runs out to the field and they're looking for Gracie, and they find her. Unfortunately, she's dead. Then, the show ends with like someone saying, "The serpent has come."
Yes.
So like, there's not still like land that exists like this in this area,
sure
is it?
There probably is.
It looks awful, dude. Like, can't they do something to fix it? Like, I hated it so much. It just looks moist and like just like
parts of England are supposed to be like that. Yeah, that's kind of how some of it is.
I can't even imagine.
Well, I feel like that's kind of what London was why they were warning her about it. Because I think
dude, just be wet like all the time. Doesn't it just like mud and water everywhere? Slugs probably.
Leeches. Probably leeches. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, they were catching eels. So
they were. That was like their job. That was like their one thing they were catching. Eels. And then the one guy like to like scare away the serpent like hung like skinned rats or something.
Oh yeah, what was that? I was sure those rabbits or I don't know what they were either. But
so there's rodents too. These are their two
things. Rodents.
Eels and rodents.
All right. And a church. And there you go. That's Essex. Well,
exactly. Yeah.
They also had a printing press because she got a really cool booklet about the Essex Serpents, which I wanted also. I was like, I told Noelle, my partner, I was like, if I found that for the History of Medicine collection, I would buy that in a second.
Yeah, that would be
a cryptid
collector's item for sure.
Yeah. Probably 500 pounds right now. I paid in a second. Yeah.
So what is your first thought after the first episode? Is there something supernatural at play here, or is it just the town kind of?
Well, we definitely saw something rippling through the water in the beginning. So my hope is that it's something supernatural, because I would really enjoy that.
Yeah. And I think the way that it was done, I think they really towed that line where you're unsure. Like a lot of things that we've seen where there's, it could either be, a ruse and we think that there's something supernatural, and then it's going to reveal itself that it's just, I don't know, like a big snake and she was killed by her, if it's like more of like a crime type thing, if someone else murdered her, if she was actually like, so
right.
Yeah, it could really go either way.
So we didn't see her die. We just heard her scream and we saw the ripples. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So it could be literally anything right now.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm hoping there's something to.
The thing that's cool about it is that there's all these, it's during this time period when science is really evolving. Charles Darwin is something that the character, what's her name's character, Claire Danes' character cites as always finding new species, and that there's all these species we don't know about yet. So it's quite possible there could be one that hasn't been found.
Yeah.
So that's why she's interested in it. And on top of it all, she's a woman recently empowered with her husband's death. So it kind of turns into science against religion, women against men, what the place in hierarchy. It's a really interesting kind of juxtaposition. So I'm excited to see where we go with it. And I hope it is something supernatural, but not supernatural Jesus, but supernatural Earth.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know.
And I initially thought it was going to be like more of a love triangle type thing with the doctor and Tom Hiddleston. And then
will we have that too? Like, who knows? They'll be just like banging out in the bog.
He seems happily married and like a man of God. So I don't know if we'll expect that. But at first, that's where I thought they were going, because that doctor that she met like a week prior, like goes out to Essex.
Oh, yeah.
He like meets her out there at one point.
Oh yeah,
like,
he's got checking on her too.
Thirsty. Yeah. He wants that Claire D.
Well, I mean, and I have to say though, the wife of the Tom Hiddleston's wife does look an awful lot like Claire Danes, just a little softer version. Like they could certainly be sisters. If they had cast those two characters as sisters, I wouldn't have blinked an eye. I wouldn't have blonked an eye.
Can't be blonking. What a great word.
Blonk.
It is the past tense. It was more like a period. You were
exactly.
How they spoke in 1800s.
That's how they did it. Yes.
I doth blonked.
I doth blonked my eye.
All right. Well, I thought before we give our official review of this first episode, let's do I got a couple questions for you. If they're You've seen your share of period dramas before, and you like them. Is there one that you think would be better with the inclusion of a dinosaur? So this one, it's a great show.
Yeah.
Throw a dinosaur in it.
Yeah.
Boom. Instant classic.
That's a really great point. So like Downton Abbey with like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Gilded Age. That would be pretty cool. Like maybe we meet like a little bit of like Jurassic Park 3.
Just right in Gilded Age. Yeah, in New York, where it's like there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex just stomping through. And he's like, my new railroad. You broke it.
Exactly. I mean, who's to say a little, carnivorous Jurassic action isn't warranted in, the Edwardian America. I think it's a good idea.
Exactly. You got The Crown, and it's just raptors.
What about in Rome? Let's throw it back like to that. Let's go back a little further here. Yeah. And just, like they're out there like talking to like the Oracle, having sex in like the gladiatory arena, whatever that's called, all of a sudden, saber-toothed tiger
just jumps in there. Yeah.
Because that's not quite the same, but still,
Or like an ankylosaurus comes in and just starts smashing shit. That's my favorite dinosaur.
Smash. That's my favorite too. Yeah.
That is? I think I knew that. I think I knew that.
Yeah. I've told you that several times. You never remember because it's your favorite, so you think you're the only one who likes it. But I like it too. Yeah.
It's all right. There's enough to go around with this.
Enough ankylosaurus size.
Yes. All right. So that went faster than I thought. This whole discussion. So let's do one more thing before we get to our rating. We did it once before. It was everybody loved it. They keep asking for more.
They want
another genre showdown. So this week we're pitting period dramas versus dinosaur shit. All right. First up, the show Downton Abbey versus the show Dinosaurs. Not the mama. Not the mama. That one.
That one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go for Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey. And why is that? Just it's a little bit more.
I mean, I feel like, I have watched a couple of Dinosaur family one, not the mama.
Yeah.
In the more recent times.
Yeah.
And it didn't hold up.
Does not. I watched it with my son. And I was like, check this out. It's funny. And I was like, wait a minute. What is happening? It still looked impressive because it was like, people in suits and stuff like that. It wasn't CGI. But it doesn't hold up. I'm sure. I
think Downton probably will. So that's what I'm going on. Yeah.
Less murder, though, in Downton Abbey than in the Dinosaur show. All right. The movie Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Kira.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, a Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Pride and Prejudice could have used a few dinosaurs, maybe a Emily Brontosaurus.
I was thinking, Pride, Prejudice, and zombies. But what about and dinosaurs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That could be how you make your money next.
Just adding dinosaurs to everything.
Exactly.
Yes. This is a great idea. Whoever's listening, this is our idea. Trademark, First Eps.
Exactly. We're going to put it into, what's it called again? Our Pandora? No, what is it again?
Patreon. It's a Patreon exclusive. Yep. All right. Bridgerton.
Okay.
Versus the Flintstones.
The Bridgerton versus the Flintstones. Oh, I don't know. This is a tough one. I mean,
slightly less sex in the Flintstones.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Bridgerton just for eye candy alone in terms of just about the costumes and the people. Yeah,
I hear you. Yeah, Wilma was hot, but
See, now, I mean, Wilma was hot. Yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
All right, let's move on. Jane Eyre versus The Lost World Jurassic Park.
Lost World was like the newer one, right?
No, that was the one. This was I think it was the second one with Jeff Goldblum.
Okay. And what is that one against?
Jane Eyre.
Haven't seen that either.
The classic.
I did read the book Jane Eyre. I have no desire to see that particular Jurassic Park you're talking about, so I'm going to go for Jane Eyre because I would want to see that one.
All right.
It's based only on what I want to see at this point in time because I haven't watched either. How about you?
Okay. Yeah, I thought The Lost World Jurassic Park was one of the better sequels. Still not great, but Jane Eyre, it's not a story I could watch over and over again like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. So
I love the original Jurassic Park. I saw the second and the third ones. Obviously, I don't remember the second one very much at all. So
yeah. All right. Next up, the show Upstairs Downstairs.
Okay.
Versus Jurassic World, the new one.
I've never seen Upstairs Downstairs.
Really? I was surprised when I was looking up these things. I was like, Keith has for sure seen Upstairs Downstairs.
I saw one episode, and I didn't watch the full thing. So it didn't grab me. So I'm gonna go for the new Jurassic because I do want to see that one because it's got some of the old G people back in it again. I like the mashups.
Sure.
All right.
And then last up, The English Patient versus The Land Before Time.
English Patient.
Wow. The Land Before Time has had like 46 sequels, dude. It's a classic.
It is. And I think it's a great children's movie, but I don't want to watch it.
All right. Well, there we have it. Yeah. This week's Genre Showdown winner. Period dramas. Congratulations, period dramas.
Oh, they won?
They did. Oh. Yep. With a score of 4 to something less than 4. All right. So let's give our review of the first episode of the Essex Serpent. Now, there's 2 episodes out right now. It's going to be airing every Friday. We watched the first episode. What's your take?
It's solidly a watch. So I'm gonna give it like, what is that, like an 80%? I liked it. Yeah. I want to watch more.
It's not a binge, but it's you definitely want to watch it.
Yeah, this is that kind of genre to me is hardly ever a binge because I like it and I enjoy it, but it's They are where they are, right? Like I feel like you watch one, you're content, you get into the story. I don't really need to see more because the mystery is part of it. The atmosphere I can dwell on in my mind a little bit. I don't need to be in the world all the time. So I liked it though. Yeah.
I struggled with this one because I liked it for the most part. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find any real flaws with it. The characters were good, and I
thought the acting was great.
The acting was fantastic, and I want to know what's going to happen. But at the same time, I'm I don't because Liz was like, are we going to keep watching this one together, or should I watch it without you? Because she's really into it.
And
I was like, I think you can watch it without me. At some point I'll watch it. I don't know if it's something I'm eager to dive right back in. But that being said, I have no faults with it at all. So it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, if anything we said sounds interesting, definitely check it out because it's a very, very well made show.
Yep. Yeah. And really at this point, it could go so many different directions, which is what is intriguing to me too.
Exactly. And that's why I want to go back to it because I want to know which directions it's going to take. Either I'm going to like it by when everything's said and done, or I'm not going to like it. But it's really going to depend on is it going to be supernatural? Is it going to be? Is it going to
be more
enjoyable?
I'm trying to think Midnight Mass. It can go that way. I have no idea.
I even mentioned that while we were watching. I'm like, is this going to be like that? Is it going to be where the town goes crazy or
right? Yeah,
specifically, but
no, I mean there's so much to it. Or is it going to be more like you said, more of a typical period one where I look more like a Jane Eyre type of one where she's in a continental triangle trying to figure out who she wants, what she is and where she was. I don't know.
Will
she become like a scientist lady and try to do discoveries? I have no idea. Marie Curie. I don't know.
Yeah, we will find out. But 2 episodes out right now. So I guess we could go back and watch the second one, see where it continues to go. But
cool.
It's going to be a total of 6 episodes for this one. So it's not even a huge commitment. So that being said, I'm in it. I'm going to do it.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That is it for this episode of First Eps. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please consider giving us a 5-star review. And also, if you are listening to us, go to Pop Culture Playground. That's our YouTube channel. You can watch this show, watch our amazing, reactions to things.
Yeah. Look at you. Your beard looks amazing today.
It does look amazing today. Look at that.
Did you use that beard straightener I told you about?
No, it's just pure. I just rub
Crisco
sheep's blood into it right in there. Quality
eel oil. Yeah,
that works really well too. Stinks up the whole house. And then also go check out our socials. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Give us a follow.
Oh yeah.
Like our content where we
just give us a bone. Just give it a like. It's not that hard.
A bone, exactly.
Yeah.
Not that hard. Exactly. I love it. That's our new motto. Just please. It's not that
just
difficult.
Press a little heart button. That's fine.
Easy peasy. All right. You got anything else you want to add?
No. I'm glad it was a fun show, a little bit different than we usually watch. I'm into it. Thanks for letting it be the one for this week.
All right. Yes. Anytime. And hopefully, barring no other issues, we'll be back together next week.
Maybe First Eps Central soon.
Oh, yeah.
In the backyard again. Starting to get nice out. Yeah.
We'll see. And you have to tune in next week to find out where we'll be.
Where will we be?
Part of the fun. It's like Carmen Sandiego, but just 2 assholes.
Where will you be now?
All right. Thanks so much, everybody.
Okay.
That's classic. Where will you be now? Theme song. We'll work on it. We'll workshop it a little bit.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Keith and Eric recording this week.
Yes, missed opportunity.
Yeah, we'll get the Rockapella guys in here to re-record
interview
that
them for next week.
Yeah,
maybe they can be our guest hosts.
Yeah, you hear that, Rockapella? DM us. It's always open for you guys. Any singing. What is that called when they sing without instruments?
Acapella. Yeah, rockapella. Acapella.
We're always open. Oh yeah, that makes sense. All right, that's enough. I got that COVID brain. All right, we're out of here. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. That'd be good, like a triple. Maybe this gets hot enough in the mainstream, they'll have like a sexy version of it.
That's the porn version.
Yeah. Like
serpent, exactly. And it's a penis.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Essex. Yep.